All right, so just wanted to go ahead and talk about a couple of things. First of all, when I woke up today, there were some interesting things that I saw on Periscope that I just kind of wanted to bring some awareness to. And let's see if I can find it here because it was something that I actually had to end up retweeting about, and it was about the basically just like the camps, the refugee camps that are in Bangladesh. Okay, so I just wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to my man Vagabond Focus right here. I don't know why it doesn't say, oh, because I followed him on Periscope. So basically, this guy, he ended up putting out something that was really good this morning about this video about the refugee crisis that's going on in Rohingya right now. And guys, like, I just wanted to kind of like raise some awareness to this right now and say that like this is something that affected me. And basically what he's talking about here is like I was watching this when that happened live on Periscope, and he's talking about how the people here, they don't have any type of like sanitation, and disease is about to spread. And these guys have been displaced from Bangladesh for since August. They've been displaced, but doing further research into that, you could see that these people have been pretty much oppressed for a long time before that. And it just hurt today because I was noticing that, like, right next to this Periscope, there were so many. Look at this. This is the part I want to show you guys. Is this guy is just basically trying to show you the kids, and he's just. This is what their toilet looks like right here. They're trying to contain the disease from spreading. But these kids are so beautiful, and these kids are they're smiling and they're so happy and they're so grateful. And it just made me think about how like there's like some kids that are gonna go out, today, and they're gonna try to, get as much candy as they can. And I just want those kids that are out there tonight, like celebrating like Halloween in the USA or in America, just to kind of like step back for a second and think about how there are other people out there that don't have anything. There are other people out there that they don't have what this guy says in this video. It's really touching. Here's a little girl right here who's so happy, and she's going to go ahead and try to show him her mom just because they are excited that he was interested in their lives and that he wants to journal it. And I'm interested in their lives, and I just wanted to go ahead and throw a shout out on this channel and let anybody else know that if anybody else is watching, that we could definitely be throwing some funds towards Rohingya. And if there's anybody that knows of any ways that I could start to set up some like charity addresses, I would love to do that. There is a part in this video where I'd like to just give some awareness right now to it. And he goes over to the food distribution center, and let me just go ahead and give some stats. Is that there's over 600,000 people that have been displaced, and this one particular charity and this one particular donation center can only feed 1,000 meals per day. 1,000 meals. So that's not 1,000 people. And so what he's doing is he's going over to the distribution center where, as we're going to see in just a second, all of these children are lined up. Why children? He answers in the video as well that like a lot of the men have been taken away from their families, and a lot of these refugee camps are consisted of women and children. So this is what it looks like when they want to end up getting their food. And basically, I just wanted to raise some awareness to this, guys, because it's something that makes me feel deeply for these people, our people, because we're one species. We're all the same. And to see something like this happen, it makes me feel that I could just do more. All right. And so here it is. Like, they all have to give out one little coupon to get their meal. And what is that meal? It's just rice and a piece of either chicken or a piece of fish. And they get one per day. Only the first 1,000 people right here. I wanted to go ahead and point out. Oh man, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. But I wanted to point out that what he does is he shows a particular charity that we can donate to. And I really feel for these people. And if I didn't catch this Periscope, I wouldn't have known what's going on in Rohingya and the refugee crisis that's happening. So I retweeted this when I saw it. But, I also felt that I wanted to just raise some awareness tonight on the channel about how, we got, man, when I go through sometimes and I see some people on Periscope, when I see some people on like just other channels on Snapchat and what they're using those tools for, it hurts to see that they have this type of access and we don't know about these things. And so I'm waiting for it for just a second here because he's going to show this charity, which I would just like to end up leaving on the screen for just a moment in case anybody, there it is, in case anybody wants to donate, in case anybody can also help me figure out a way, because I want to end up setting up something like maybe a BTC address and give it to this guy so that way he can have access to some of the funds too, and he's close to these people, so maybe he can help um, get some more food, get some more meals, get some better sanitation, and just basically help honor our species because we're all one species. He's signing off. Let me see here. I'll find it though. There it is. I gotta hit the pause button, not the screen. And so, yeah, I'm just really grateful that I was able to see this. I'm really grateful for Yassine Atari at Vagabond Focus is his username, for showing me this. And I'm also grateful that I have the ability to show you guys this as well. All right, he's going to turn around and he's going to show us this. Boom. And I'm amazed at how happy these people are. All right, so yeah, so basically what I can just say, guys, is like hashtag Rohingya, hashtag refugee crisis, hashtag camp. Boom. If anybody that's watching this can read that, go ahead and donate here. This is the place that the NGO that's being able to provide the food right now. And if there's a way that I can end up finding a way to just provide some BTC, I'd love to do that as well. So anybody that's been able to watch this so far, thank you for watching this. And if this is where you want it, if you care about this and you want to end up donating, I suggest just taking a look at this screen right here and donating this. He goes back to the sign and he looks at it a little bit further so that way you guys can see a screenshot. But yeah, mad props right now to Vagabond Focus for getting this type of journalism out and for letting us know. So, all right. Next, I just kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things in crypto news. The European government right now is declaring $30 billion as a blockchain beneficiary. So basically, what's happening is that they are, um, I'll just say it, recently the European government has announced $30 billion on new investments in blockchain technology. This initiative would come via the horizon of 2020, um, which would take about $77 billion of public funding. And the goal is to support new investments in the areas of migration, security, climate, clean energy, and digital economy, as well as breakthrough market creating breakthroughs. Clean energy is poised to be a major area of focus. So this is something that's good. Coinpedia is putting it out, and it's just basically talking about how the European government has made a huge declaration on how they're wanting to spend a lot of money on blockchain. All right, next, I just kind of wanted to talk about anybody out there with Android phones and been downloading different types of apps on those phones. There is actually some malicious code out there right now that Trend Micro has let us know about. And basically, it's code that mines cryptocurrencies behind um, compromised Android apps. And so it harnesses your CPU power from your Android phone or your tablet, and it collectively mines cryptocurrencies. And it was so good that it kept it under the radar of Google's app scanning systems, which I'll say isn't that good, obviously, because you're not seeing this on the Apple products. But the processes run in the background on Android apps and have been linked back to two crypto miners. And so this coin was developed by CoinHive. It's a malicious website that injects JavaScript into servers and people's computers in order to collectively mine coins. Simply accessing the site will automatically attempt to inject the code without your consent into your computer. So they've been responsible for hacking thousands of websites, and now they've gone mobile. And now they're all up on the Google Play Store. Some of the apps were um, Recitiamo, Santo Rosario, free, a Catholic prayer app. Man, that's sad. They're putting it in a Catholic prayer app, and Safety Net Wireless that offers internet discounts. So far, 25 legitimate versions of apps have been hijacked, in, including or have been hijacked and have been shown, including this mining code in it. And security research and I as well also say that you should keep an eye on your CPU usage if you're using an Android device, as well as your battery usage. If you see your battery going down very, very fast and your CPU going down or your CPU going way up, your apps are slowing down a lot, just go ahead and look at some of the recently downloaded apps that you've downloaded and then make sure that they're not just going crazy. And maybe even some of the recently downloaded apps that you've downloaded, I would maybe uninstall and reinstall them, or maybe just uninstall them and observe your Android device to see if it continues to stay hot or if the battery runs down really fast, anything like that. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to go ahead and keep you guys aware, keep you guys safe. You know, if you guys are using any of these apps, man, a Catholic prayer app, that's so sad. And if you have Safety Net Wireless, those are two apps that are mining Bitcoins on your Android device, and they're wearing your Android device down faster than they need to. And there's probably all kinds of other stuff that it could be doing. So, I don't really know because, like, I use an Apple phone, and I haven't seen anything like that yet, and I know that Apple scrutinizes their applications very hard. And so, if there is some of it, it's going to be very hard for it to get through on an Apple product, and Apple will probably pull those apps and any developers and anything associated with that as soon as they find it. So, yep, this is just something that is good for us to know, guys, because, yep, these Android phones are now the latest prey to some of these Bitcoin mining operations. And when these guys, I'll just tell you about this, guys, it's so smart for a hacker to try to find a way to inject a mining application onto a mobile device because there are so many mobile devices out there. There are so many um, man, there's just so many people using them. There's so many tablets that are connected at all times to different networks that if you were to release a mining application on all of these all these products at once, you would make so much Bitcoin back in such a little amount of time. So because of that, I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys that there's a reason for these hackers to do this type of stuff. It's not an ethical reason, but yeah, it's definitely something that they are doing, and they're accumulating massive amounts of Bitcoin very fast because of that. So, you know, hide your kids, hide your androids, because they're infecting all these apps out here. Chinese. So next in news, I just wanted to talk about how Chinese Bitcoin exchanges have reportedly found a loophole in the ban. Ooh, this is so nice. So according to Chinese sources, at least two exchanges are planning to relaunch trading under a new model. So OKX and Huobi.pro will soon launch trading with different fiat currency supports instead of a standard exchange model. So, what they're doing is they're going to see if the regulators at the People's Bank of China, how they're going to react, if they're going to fight back, or if they are going to um, be okay with it because it is a new business model. I personally foresee people in People's Bank of China and other places around that have a lot of clout, that have a lot of power to control people. I foresee them writing in a lot of laws that would make um, it would be so hard to operate an exchange in China that it's not worth it. It wouldn't be fun. And the only exchanges that would be open in China would be ones that the People's Bank of China have heavily invested in and other government officials. And those would be the only ones that they would approve, is the way that I could see it going down. And I also could see like other countries following suit to that, possibly be even the US, just because a lot of the US revolves on capitalism, and a lot of the most um, man, I can't say it like honorably, but like charitable capitalists are against cryptocurrencies. What do I mean by charitable capitalists? What I mean is by like big central bankers that are donating charities to different government organizations or politicians in order for those politicians to advance the central bankers' agendas. So a lot of you guys that are watching this probably already know this, but like some people that don't, it's good just to end up hearing it. It's good to hear it from a different perspective. And so, yeah, you could definitely maybe see some of these lobbyists or people from People's Bank of China getting really close with a lot of the regulators in China and a lot of the lawmakers. And you're going to see a lot of them getting really close soon in order for them to nail this down and really get this set up so that way they can control the people again, so these people can't spend the money that they want to spend, so that they can't do what they want to do with their own money. So they need to get it back under control is what they think, so that way everybody has to ask the People's Bank of China and everything else if they can spend their money with me or with anybody else in the world. So yeah, that's just kind of like some of the news that's happening. Next, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about thumbs up to Vietnamese University FPT. You get double thumbs up, guys, from me. I am so thankful to see this article come out. So check this out. This Vietnamese, so in Vietnam right now, it's banned. So cryptocurrencies, nope, they're out. They're closed-minded. They don't want their people to participate. The government doesn't, right? But here's what's beautiful is that there's a university in Vietnam that's basically saying, I don't care if you want to ban it. We're going to accept it here because we want to give people education. So here's what I think is so beautiful about this is that I'll just read you part of the articles. This is from Coinpedia as well. It's intending to accept tuition fees in Bitcoin, even though the central bank ban on using cryptocurrencies. Significantly, this private university will soon begin accepting Bitcoin from foreign students. So what's beautiful is that if I want to, I can go and I can get my education in a Vietnamese university, and I could also help fund this university with a universal cryptocurrency. It's really good to know, guys. It's really important to see. So um, this is something that's good here. It says Dr. Tung stated, therefore, FPT decides to test by officially and concretely announcing the enrollment of foreign students to study in Vietnam made possible by using Bitcoin as a means to pay tuition fees, which would also attract foreign students. I'll tell you, it's attractive to me, baby. I love the fact that I can end up paying for my education with Bitcoin. I love that. That is beautiful. It's beautiful. And this is how the rest of the world is going to start to follow suit. So, FPT, let me find out what this is. I don't know what FPT is specifically, like what the university is, but man, you guys have definitely attracted me and you've attracted some other people, especially, by me being able to talk about this great stuff on this channel. So, thank you so much for standing up, for being sovereign, and for providing education to people that need it. Next, I wanted to go ahead and just kind of like talk about something that's interesting is that the Arkansas police, they've generated their own cryptocurrency to track child porn. So this is pretty interesting because they're now using cryptocurrency in a different way to try to stop terrorism and stop all that other stuff. And so what I think is really interesting is that they've launched a pilot programming involving the mining of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to monitor the activities of criminals online. So people are selling child pornography on the dark web and on the internet. They're accepting Bitcoins, not payments. We can't use the sheriff's office credit card and we can't exchange child pornography. We need some type of currency to get this and then identify who we are getting it from. That way we can go arrest that person. Well, shoot, y'all, if y'all want some Bitcoin, just ask me and I'll loan some out. I got some on BitConnect coming out every day. And if you guys need some, I can help you. But, with this type of thing, I think that they're talking about mining Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I'm like, you guys are just trying to make money. So, I think that's pretty interesting. Arkansas police mining Bitcoins. Next, one of my other favorite, this is my favorite part of this whole episode right here, is that in Iran, it says that Iranian authorities are taking appropriate measures in order to implement an effective infrastructure for Bitcoin usage in Iran. And so basically, um, as the tensions between Iran and the West arise, the Iranian government is looking for a way to integrate Bitcoin into its economy. Currently, the relations with the US and Iran have been rather stagnant as Donald Trump called the Iran deal the worst deal ever. Very. It was very intellectual. It's a very good statement. The worst deal ever. The Islamic Republic is still suffering from international sanctions that affect several of its economic sectors: finance, energy, shipping. So basically, international sanctions have also hindered their citizens' ability to use online payment platforms like PayPal, Venmo, and Braintree. So the Iranian government has decided to implement a new payment form that will bypass the sanctions: Bitcoin. One of the biggest benefits that the digital currency has is that it cannot be controlled by a central identity like a corporation or government. Thus, countries are not able to sanction payments. With Bitcoin, Iranian citizen could easily bypass economic sanctions and be able to conduct international trades, local trades, all kinds of trades. So I just think this is beautiful because this is what's happening, guys. You're seeing that, governments are reaching their limits, societies are reaching their limits. with the current payment vehicles that we've been given and the current payment vehicles that we consent to. And so, what's beautiful is that we're seeing countries now just pretty much standing up and being sovereign and saying, you know what, we're just going to make our own decisions. We're going to go ahead and we're going to integrate Bitcoin on our own. And this is beautiful because that way we don't have to worry about what other governments are okay with us and not okay with us because we can participate in the blockchain. So that's what makes this thing so powerful. It makes this thing so beautiful. And we're able to see where some people in Iran are trying to be, I guess I would say, oppressed, for lack of a better term, because of the sanctions that are happening with Donald Trump. And so, all I can say is that, like, I am so grateful to see that they're going ahead and moving past needing to wait for these sanctions and needing to go through these um, fiat government monetary systems. And they're saying, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and tap into the world. So I'll tell you this is that Iran is going to actually be further ahead than the countries around it going forward because it adopted this first, or it adopted it earlier than some of the other ones. And this is just what I'm seeing. Guys, like, think about this. I'm going to disconnect this stream in a moment. If you got any questions, throw them up. But think about this. This is just the news that we're seeing. This means that this means that with how fast this stuff is coming out, people are still taking the time to go, okay, hold on. I don't want to be in on the action right now because I need to sit down at a computer or something somewhere and I need to make an article and I need to type it up and I need to send it out there. And that's just this thing. And then I got to get back to the action, right? So why am I saying that is because, like, I want you guys to see that, like, this stuff evolves so fast that, like, these are just the articles that we're seeing. This is just the stuff that I'm seeing. This is from Bitcoinist, you know, and I'm only coming from like a few different sites, and I already know that there's so much more information out there than this. So much more. And so just think about that. Try to think about all the things that are not being reported on right now. Think about the things that should be reported on right now. And think about how we're able to get this information and how quickly we're able to send funds and help to other places around the world. So these are just some things I'm thinking about. These are some things I'd like you guys to think about. To anybody that's been watching this stream, thank you so much for this. I can tell you that, like, I'm gonna definitely be getting, some more videos up about my crypto investments and how those are paying out. But this crypto news, it's so pertinent. It's so necessary. It's so good for us to hear. We should be hearing this. We should be seeing this. We should be involved. Um, another thing that I think is really important is that, like, we should be seeking out this information at all times. And so I'm just grateful that I was able to, like, basically wake up and see that type of stuff happening on Periscope. And I'm also able to see these types of news articles coming out on these different websites because I check them. And I'm not waiting for the news to tell me what's going on. Because by then, guys, it's already really obsolete. You know what I mean? It means that, like, the news that's happening, the action that's happening, is having to be, like, taken and filtered into something for us. So we don't have to wait for that. If we just start to look at these different sites, we just start to stay up on, like, these current events with Bitcoin on these social networks, and then you guys will be able to show me some awesome things at some point that, like, I'm like, dang. That's one of my favorite parts about doing this is when, like, one of you guys pops up a link and, like, I'm able to, like, research it and be like, whoa, this is cool. Thank you for showing me this. And as well, other people, they get to benefit from it too. So that's what this channel is about. And this channel is also about some wisdom, some esoteric wisdom. And I'm going to be getting some of that information up soon too. So to anybody that's been watching this so far, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for uh, participating, for sharing this. If you do, if you haven't already done it, make sure you like it, make sure you comment on it, make sure you share this stuff. It helps me know that what I'm talking about is worthwhile. Uh, yeah, send me a message if you want to talk more about this. If you need help with investing on some of the investment platforms I've talked about before, definitely shoot me a message. I'd be happy to get you started. So, anyways, guys, with that, just thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and I'll see you in the next episode.